What's up, guys? Mr. Meat again. Today we'll be moving into our next lesson. We'll be talking about the zero product rule. So basically, the zero product rule helps us find solutions to factored polynomials. So let's start by writing out what do I mean? Zero product rule. Let's just say I have this polynomial expression, 10x squared minus 23x minus 5. Basically, the zero product rule allows me to find out what are my values of this variable right here. What are the values of x in this polynomial expression type deal? So the first thing I want to do is I want to factor this guy to the point where I see two binomials. So if I factored this guy using my cheat sheet method, well, I know the multiples of 10 are 5 and 2. So I draw my parentheses out. So I'm going to have 5x in the front, 2x in the 2. And I know my multiples of 5 are -1 and 5. So at the end, I put -1 and 5. And here is my factored out two binomials right now from this polynomial expression. Step 3, this third thing I'm going to do is set these guys equal to 0. Okay? And then I'm going to solve for these guys individually. So it looks like this. I'm going to say 5x minus 1 is equal to 0. And I'm going to say 2x plus 5 is equal to 0. Just like that. And I'm going to go ahead and solve a regular, just like I'm doing any inverse operations for any regular or any type of equation problem. So the first thing I do is hit the inverse of that 1, put it over there. That's a +1, +1. This becomes 5x is equal to 1. I divide by 5 on both sides. X is equal to 1/5. Or I go on this side of the equation. I subtract 5 on both sides. 2x is equal to -5. I divide by 2 on both sides. X is equal to -5 halves or -5 halves. So these are my solutions right here. These are the values of x that if I plug it into this polynomial expression or equation, it will be true. Okay, and this is what we call the zero product rule. Setting polynomial expressions equal to 0, factoring them, equaling it to 0, just to find out what our variables equal to. Now, I'll give you another example, just so you guys feel more comfortable with using the zero product rule. Again, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to hit me up. I'm in my office. I'm in my office hours. You can hit me up on my cell phone, whichever method works for you. Okay. So let's give another example. I'm going to do something like 7r squared minus 14r is equal to -7. Now, in this example, our polynomial expression is kind of like on both sides of the equation. So the first thing I want to do is move this -7 over to the rest of his family over here to make a trinomial expression like we got up here. When I remove this 7, okay, it's like I got to add it. So when I add 7 to -7, I'm going to get 0. So we're setting this polynomial expression equal to 0 using the zero product rule. It looks like such. So the first thing I do is add 7 on both sides. Okay, this becomes 7r squared minus 14r plus 7 is equal to 0. Then the second thing again I do is use my cheat sheet. You guys should have learned this in the previous lessons. Use my cheat sheet method to easy factor out this advanced factoring problem. So right now the lead coefficient is greater than 1. I'm looking for the multiples of 7. I'm looking for the multiples of 7. So I have I draw my two sets of parentheses out. In the front, my multiples of 7 are 1 and 7. So I'm going to put a 1 in the 7, but that was r squared. So r goes for both of those. I should have drew that bigger. Apologize for not drawing that parentheses bigger. Okay. And then when I look at this 7 right here, well, I know originally it was a negative number, but it became a positive. So here I'm going to say -1 and -7. Okay, so here's my breakdown right here. I have 1r minus 1 times 7r minus 7. And again, excuse me for writing that parentheses so small right there. But then again, like this problem right here, I set them equal to 0. I set both of these guys equal to 0, and I draw two sets of equations. So I'm going to have 1r minus 1 is equal to 0. 7r minus 7 is equal to 0. I'm going to solve these like any regular equation again. So now I have 1r is equal to 1 divided by 1 divided by 1. R is equal to 1. Or let's solve this guy over here. I add 7 on both sides. And 7r is equal to 7 divided by 7 divided by 7. R is equal to 1. So in this equation, my r would be equal to 1. That is what the value of r would be here. That is what the value of r would be here. That is what the value of r would be. And this is how you use the zero product rule to solve or find solutions to factored polynomial expressions or equations in this matter. Thank you.